Ta-da! Ta-da! Hello! Hello. Not my normal stream, I know. But, Mujin dropped another video, so of course, I have to hop in if Mujin drops another video. It's a requirement! But yeah, I'm fucking excited. I'm also gonna be a bit tired, but that's okay. This is a very long title, oh my god. So it's a deep dive into the total reputational collapse of Roblox. Schlepp versus the soulless $82 billion corporation. Oh my god. Oh my god. I am excited though. I'm excited what Mujin has to say on this submatter. I've watched 1,000 videos talking about it because the whole situation's ridiculous just in general. But I'm very curious to see his perspective on the matter, honestly. Also, after I finish this, I'm going to be doing a World of Warcraft cinematic reaction as well, because the new expansion has been announced. So I'm very excited for that. Alright. Let us make sure the video is not too quiet. And let's dive in.
Jeffrey Epstein was a man of many different identities. Some
Wild
would know
start.
him as a very rich Wall Street investor. Others would have doubts that he's affiliated with a foreign intelligence agency. One thing was certain, though, this man
Bro's got
was
creepy
a
vibes.
diddler. And throughout the many decades of his life, he'd...
Okay, first of all, the fucking motorcycle is being so goddamn loud. I'm not sure I heard that right.
Though, this man was a diddler. And
Oh, no,
throughout the
okay,
many
he did say
decades
this man was a diddler.
of
Okay.
his life, he'd make it a point to collect as many victims as he could. But even though he had so much money and power, it didn't necessarily mean that it was going to be easy. Our poor little Jeffrey would have to do all of the work by himself personally, isolating victims and taking advantage of them. Luckily for him, at some point in his life, he would get help by his assistant.
I
Zoe
don't like
Maxwell.
hearing that.
But man, it must have been such hard work to ruin all these poor innocent young girls' lives. And
Oh
one
my
can't
God,
help
that's
but
a
think,
lot.
what if Jeffrey was born 20 or 30 years later? What if he was simply born in the wrong generation? Because if he had waited just a bit longer...
Wait, why are we asking questions like that? I don't like that
he would have been
question.
able to do all this for free and
Wait,
with
what?
no need to have hundreds of millions of dollars and powerful connections in society. All he'd have to do is make one simple account on a platform called Roblox. A game that openly markets itself to children, all while doing their absolute best to protect the people who would seek to hurt them the most.
Hi, Junko. We're watching, Mujin dropped a video on the whole Roblox situation, so I'm very stoked. Plus, it gets me off my feet. My feet hurt. Hi, Nanashi! Hello! My feet hurt a lot, but at work I literally stand on my feet all day, and then I came home and I started cleaning. So, I've been on my feet for... Oh my god, it's been 12 hours. I start work at 5 a.m. It's 5 p.m. I have not been off my feet in 12 hours. Okay, yeah. It's good I sat down for a little bit.
Predators. This has been an ongoing problem for way too long, spanning many
God,
years,
that's a
featuring articles
wild.
like this written by Bloomberg with the title
Oh my God.
Roblox Pedophile Problem.
Oh my
Featuring many
God.
names Such as these, spaces made specifically to attract minors and do some very weird things with them. You'd
What
have
the
such
fuck?
disturbing cases pop up in relation to this game and what it does to minors that for most people, while outraged, couldn't really do much except watch with horror on the sidelines. But now, after a major incident involving Roblox's executive team and its own CEO, it's facing its biggest existential threat to date. You have a U.S. congressman by the name of Ro Khanna publicly calling them out and making a petition to hold them accountable. You have the Attorney General of the state of Louisiana.
Okay, but I am just going to point out, if we're going to hold Roblox accountable for letting predators roam free, we need to hold everybody accountable for letting predators roam free. Just saying.
Suing Roblox directly and
I want the
calling
files!
the perfect place for pedophiles. The company is now facing multiple lawsuits over child safety, and some of its biggest
Good.
and most well-known content creators are quitting its incentive program and pretty much boycotting the game. This has been such a shit show that Chris Hansen himself, the man known from the show To Catch a Predator, has come out of retirement to make a documentary about Roblox. And speaking
Wild.
of Roblox, they've lost over
Holy shit. Oh my god. Oh, fuck.
$12 billion in market capitalization in just 24 hours after they had conducted a disastrous live stream in which they tried their best to apologize. Guys, I say this with no exaggeration, Roblox is facing its biggest existential threat yet, but why? These predators have been running free for years. What changed now? Well, let's talk about it. Even though I'm on vacation, I got myself a laptop because I knew something was going to happen as soon as I went on vacation. And here we are. So, without further ado,
Fucking mood.
Let's do this. Alright, so 13.8 billion years ago, the most important event in history occurred. The creation of the universe itself, dubbed the Big Bang. Humans would arrive way later, and throughout our history, we'd achieve many great things. We'd also, unfortunately, destroy many great things. All of this led up to the second most important date in humanity's history, which was September 1st, 2006, when Roblox had officially...
No offense, Mujin, but that's a fucking wild day. That is definitely not an important day for me.
Released. Now you have to understand.
Wait.
Ridiculous idea for the game.
Roblox was released in 2006? I didn't hear about it till like a couple of years ago. I didn't know it's been out for that long. Bro, I could have grown up on this game. What the fuck?
This concept of having
Instead, I played World of Warcraft.
an empty game that's meant to be populated by games made by players was alien, and it was so incredibly niche. I can say this myself because I was there at the beginning, back in 2010 when I created my account. I'm not going to show my character name because Roblox is probably going to ban me for this video, but look at my drip. I'm still wearing a Disney XD shirt. Okay?
Oh my god.
Helmet. Back when Roblox had collaborated with Disney XD, that's like ages ago. Back then, there was still another currency called tickets in parallel to Robux. You earned tickets just for playing. The most popular game at the time looked like this. It was a very bare bones FPS. When I would tell my friends about Roblox, they'd look at me like I'm crazy, like I'm weird. It definitely had a very rough start, and I'm sure the team behind it had moments where they were like, wait, is this gonna fail? But then, a couple years later, Minecraft would release and would gain massive popularity throughout the years that followed. At the same time, the concept of modding would become very popular within the gaming community. One of the best examples of this was Elder Scrolls V Skyrim when it released in 2011
Never
and
played
had
a
a very
Skyrim game.
well-rounded mod creation kit, giving this game more longevity than anyone could have ever predicted. Over time, the expectations that gamers had for a video game started to change. This is when you'd have both millennials and especially Gen Z expect more from their games, either in terms of content you initially get when buying the game or with content that players can produce. And soon enough, this game that had gone all in into the concept of user-generated content finally started bearing the fruit of their labor. In 2012, they had reached a very big milestone. 149 different user-created games had reached over 1 million plays. And in that same year, 2012, they had launched on iOS, with Android following a couple years later. They had seen early on how big the mobile market was going to be.
It was
for games,
out
and
there
this has
that
been
fucking
tremendous.
early on phones? Wait, the Quest 2 came out in 2015? It was that long ago? How old am I?
Catapult into being one of the most played games of all time, reaching other platforms soon after, like consoles. According to Roblox's numbers, the monthly active users they have are in the hundreds of millions, with them reaching an average of 380 million monthly average players in 2024. An absolutely ridiculous number that was helped a lot by the pandemic. As you can see, by the end of 2019, they had 113 million monthly active users, and by the beginning of 2021, they had doubled that number, effectively going from 100 million to 200 million just like that, like it was nothing. But you see, having active players is cool, but seeing that all this content is generated by other players, how do you even make money? Well, Roblox from the beginning had a currency called Robux. The only way to earn it is buying it, and it's the only way you can buy cosmetics for your character to make them look different.
What the fuck?
Now, for a long time, most developers thought, well, listen, if we want to make a lot of money, we got to target the adult single male demographic that has a lot of income ready to spend. This is what gacha games did, for example, and it was a massive success, but Western developers had a harder time doing so. Roblox, on the other hand, came in and completely rewrote this entire philosophy. You see, when you make a free game targeting children, they're all gonna play it. And eventually, once they get very attached to the game and want to customize their character, guess who's paying for Robux? Their parents. Look at this thread on Reddit here. Anyone else tired of their kids asking for Robux? Or how about this YouTube video?
Oh my God.
How to convince your parents to buy you Robux on
Oh
Roblox,
my God.
sitting at over 111,000 views. And other than the fact that parents were absolutely losing their minds over their kids asking for Robux, you'd also have articles like this pop up. A 24-year-old Roblox developer making over $1 million a year shares how he launched his own game development studio. After earning $100,000 in 1 month from one of his games while he was an intern, he left college.
Holy
So on one hand, you were making money from kids begging their parents for Robux, and on the other, you were attracting young talent that had massive potential with the idea that they could be millionaires if they made the next hit game on your platform. I mean, at this point, other developers were looking at Roblox and they were drooling. How did we miss this gold mine? How could we not see that the next step in gaming was going to be user-generated content? The video game industry, ever since 2022, has been going through an apocalypse, with over 35,000 jobs lost between 2022 and 2025. One of the only companies that didn't go through any mass layoffs was Roblox, completely avoiding
until now
the current video game slump. I mean, at this point, for investors, for gamers, for other companies, Roblox was unstoppable. But if you've watched any of my other videos, you understand that the story doesn't end with success. If anything, the biggest problems arise once you finally find that success. And Roblox had a reckoning coming. As I mentioned, this game was targeting children. And that's exactly what it got. 56% of Roblox users are under the age of 16. I'm very glad they specified age of 16 and didn't say 18 or just minors in general, because now all the cringe lords that would normally type, well, actually 16 is...
I don't like this map. Wow, 16's age of consent in my state. I don't give a fuck. 18 or above, that's it.
Legal in some states can't. This means that 56% of Roblox players are not legal in any way, shape, or form. They can't give consent about anything. In fact, Roblox, the company, would go even further and say, according to the company, their monthly player base includes half of all American children under the age of 16. These guys have more of a monopoly on American children than schools do, and they spend over 6 hours a day there. And so, of course, even though they had figured out how to make a lot of money, Roblox had a very big problem. When a platform attracts such a huge population of children, they're faced with a very big responsibility, which is keeping them safe. And unfortunately, Roblox would do such an abysmal job keeping anyone safe on their platform, to the point where the worst kinds of people took notice. And they took full advantage of that. Roblox blew up during the pandemic. That's something everyone is aware of. But even before 2020, you would start seeing articles like this popping up, saying, deputies say Vero Beach man used popular video game platforms to target children. Scott used popular video games such as Roblox, a multiplayer online game, to coerce children as young as 10 into sending naked photos in exchange for virtual gaming currency. In 2020, the Daily Mail would write, Roblox computer game is under fire for secret red light district where young kids are exposed to digital sex parties, racial slurs, and players solicit nudes and link to graphic images, including an image from an investigation that CBS had conducted in this game with a player model that's naked saying, I'm 14, who want get freaky on Snap. The Rolling Stone would also write an article about this, saying, inside the underground strip club scene on kid-friendly gaming site Roblox. Roblox is a place for kids to create and play games. Now, some are earning Robux giving lap dances in virtual clubs. It was becoming very
Hi, Matt. This is fucking wild, dude.
evident for anyone who was like Jeffrey Epstein
Loved her.
that because children relied on their parents to get Robux, sometimes those parents might say no. So if you gave them an alternate way to earn these Robux by doing some very illegal things, the odds of that happening were definitely in the predator's favor. Some of these articles I'm seeing are heartbreaking. These children were sending inappropriate images of themselves for as little as $5 for like 500 Robux. This wasn't just because they were naive and completely innocent because, you know, they're children. And it wasn't just for cosmetics either. Having Robux in this game that they probably spent so many hours on also meant power. This is a whole other topic for a separate video, but having played Roblox myself recently, I can tell you right now that every single top game on this platform is so painfully and obviously pay to win. It's the most shameless thing I have ever seen in gaming, and not enough people have called it out. You could be playing a quote-unquote skill-based game, and if you die, you can revive yourself by paying money and just...
I'm getting sad. This video's making me sad. That this is just what children have been exposed to.
On other players. When you give a currency this much power in children's heads, in a game that they play for hours upon hours every single day and make friends in and make a community in, the Jeffrey Epsteins of this world will take notice very quickly and take advantage of the entire situation. Why bother putting yourself in danger by going on forums or Instagram or Snapchat? Why risk getting caught by law enforcement posing as a child when you have 56% of people playing this game being children? When you can get illegal favors from them for as little as $5. And more importantly, the platform you're on barely takes any actions against people like you. That was just the icing on the cake at that point. Around the end of 2023, a YouTuber by the name of Ruben Sim would create a video titled, "Do Roblox Reports Really Work?" in which he would find people going against TOS, targeting children, being disgusting, reporting them multiple times, and not getting a single one of them banned through the report system, showing just how ineffective Roblox was at keeping children safe and literally indirectly protecting these disgusting people. This problem would get so bad that the National Center on Sexual Exploitation would include it in its...
Oh my god, Kick! Ah! Not to be confused with Kick. But it's Kick! Holy shit!
Dirty Dozen list in 2023. The Dirty Dozen list is an annual campaign calling out 12 mainstream entities for facilitating, enabling, and even profiting from sexual abuse and exploitation. Roblox has been an honorary member of this list every single year ever since being first included. But they wouldn't budge. The incidents would keep getting worse. A man was charged in kidnapping an 11-year-old that he met through Roblox.
Oh my
god!
god!
And still, radio silence. If you ever brought up this issue,
Fuck
they
you,
would say,
Roblox.
well, hey, we have parental controls. You could set your child's age, and it wouldn't show them adult-themed games. And you could even block certain games that you don't want your child accessing. But setting the age on a game was the creator's responsibility, and most of them set it to all ages. Why wouldn't they? They want the most players, right? And Roblox never checked that. And as for the games that the parents can block, there was a limit of 100. Bear in mind, Roblox has tens of thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands of different games. So see if that helps. The Roblox community, content creators, local media outlets, hell, even countries would talk about this. Turkey banned Roblox at some point, citing child endangerment. But we'd hear nothing from this company. They wouldn't address this as if it didn't exist. They were clearly making a lot of money. Investors were very happy with how well the stock was performing, and it seemed like shareholder interests were above anything else, even child safety. So they simply didn't care and were hoping it would go away while they still printed money. Well, that was until 2024, when even Wall Street took notice and threatened their reputation like never before. Hindenburg Research is a forensic financial research firm that's fairly well known and respected on Wall Street. They specialize in writing very damaging reports about companies conducting fraud and other weird, suspicious, illegal activities.
Never heard of them.
They have a solid track record exposing corrupt companies and cooperating with the US government to bring them to justice. And while all of this might sound amazing from a moral standpoint, it's also tied to how they make money. You see, in the stock market, you can either buy a stock or you can buy contracts. The two most popular contracts are a call, in which you're betting an amount of money that a stock is going to go up at a certain date, and a put, otherwise known as a short, in which you're betting an amount of money that at a certain date a stock is going to go down. If you end up being right about either a call...
A short is what happened with the GameStop stocks.
Call or a short, you stand to make a lot of money, in some cases over 100 times the amount. But if you end up being wrong, well, you lose everything. Hindenburg would be very transparent. After they publish a report about a corrupt company, they would buy a sizable short position to put their money where their mouth is, but also to straight up make money. A lot of it. On October 8th, 2024, they would come out with this report titled Roblox: Inflated Key Metrics for Wall Street and a Pedo Hellscape for Kids. Now, you have to understand,
2024.
this title by itself was a bombshell, even by Hindenburg Research's standards. When
Holy
this dropped,
shit.
all of Wall Street was talking about it because it was pretty much attacking the two most important things that Roblox had pride in: its very high player counts and its kid-oriented demographic. Hindenburg Research would show up, well, with research and show us that a big chunk of this player count is actually a bunch of alts and bots, showing us just how easy it is to create multiple different accounts and how a huge chunk of players, sometimes half in some of the most popular games on the platform, came from both Vietnam and the Philippines, countries that sold many services to emulate multiple accounts on their machines with the goal of farming as much currency as they can in some of the most popular games in order to sell the account later on eBay. A former Roblox employee would talk to Hindenburg Research and say internally there is awareness that a lot of this activity was happening in Vietnam when these sort of things occurred, and that inflated a lot of our numbers. Like crazy, insane in terms of engagement, daily active users, and stuff like that. Hindenburg points out that even though Roblox has all these hundreds of millions of monthly active users, it hadn't made a single profit since 2021. Since going public on the stock market, losing $2.6 billion in 3 years. This section had directly attacked Roblox as a company, how they operate, their financials, and it concerned some of their top investors in Wall Street. But while this report so far only served to hurt their...
Wait, so they were making a shit ton of money, yet they were losing a lot of money? How? Is this all gonna come down to they're not making profits, so they allow pedophilias on the website so that they can make money, because that's a way of generating revenue, because those people will buy the Robux in order to bribe children? Please don't tell me that's where this is going. I really, really hope that is not where this is going.
Wallets, the next section would only serve to make them want to puke when they realized that Roblox was nothing more than a playground for pedophiles. They would point out that in 2023, the National Center on Sex Exploitation bluntly told the Roblox CEO, extensive evidence suggests that Roblox has not sufficiently prioritized child protection and has struggled to implement safety practices commensurate with its growth, resulting in a proliferation of exploitative and harmful content and predatory behavior. They would also mention the Dirty Dozen list that we saw earlier, as well as Bloomberg's article. Hindenburg would go on to show us many different incidents from 2019 to 2024 in which predators were arrested for having kidnapped, raped, or even traded sexual content with minors thanks to Roblox. But they weren't just going to end it here. Hindenburg took it a step further and actually tested out just how safe this platform was on their own time. They attempted to set up an account under the name Jeffrey Epstein, only to see that the name was taken, along with 900 plus variations. They had found one account in particular called Jeff Epstein Supporter that had earned multiple badges for spending time in kids' games. They found a guy with the username iGroupMinors and another one, I'm not even going to read that out loud, but it's ridiculous. After this incredible revelation, just barely a few minutes after creating their account, they would register as a child, more specifically as a 9-year-old. They would then type Diddy in the search bar and would see many different games featuring Diddy, with some title.
You know, I was excited because new Mujin video, and I'll be honest, it is a really good video. But this is just making me fucking depressed. And absolutely terrified, because I have a younger brother who's turning 13 next month, and he has been on Roblox a ton. Which I've told him, get off of Roblox, don't go on Roblox anymore, but like, I'm now terrified of what he could have been exposed to on this fucking website because of Roblox's absolutely horrendous ability to moderate their own goddamn game. I'm so pissed right now. I'm beyond livid. I hope that everyone who is suing Roblox burns that company to the fucking ground where it belongs. Absolute scum.
Diddy Party, Freaky Diddy Simulator, Diddy Survival, Midnight at Diddy's Party, and things such as Escape to Epstein Island. They would then mention how Roblox claims it reviews every single image, video, and audio file uploaded to Roblox. While Hindenburg would join a game with the name School Simulator, a game that had over 29 million visits and had
Wait. We quickly encountered images of male genitalia in School Simulator. In School Simulator. An obvious, like, game for kids. Oh my
age
fucking
restrictions,
god.
and within just a few minutes, a player took out a sign
God.
with a massive sausage on it. This was literally within a few minutes of joining School Simulator. Checking every single image, my ass. Actually, maybe you do. Maybe you like this kind of content, Roblox. At this point, I wouldn't be surprised. Now, what was even more worrying in this report is that Hindenburg would type the name adult in the search bar and find a group called Adult Studios with over 103,000 members. This was a group that was openly soliciting sexual favors and trading child pornography. It was very simple, right? All you had to do was find vulnerable children, give them Robux, and then trade whatever they send you with other people. This is like Jeffrey Epstein's paradise. And in just a few months, Hindenburg had found over 38 different Roblox groups where this was being done. Whenever one of them gets locked, another one gets made, and would take a very long time for it to get deleted by Roblox. But what was really crazy about Adult Studios in particular isn't just the fact that it had over 103,000 people, but that it has existed since 2009. 15 years, and Roblox had taken no action whatsoever. There would be many people in these groups that had bios saying their age, of course minors, giving their Discord username, and saying that they...
Sorry, I've gone silent because I'm livid. I am legitimately angry. I'm fucking fuming in my seat. I don't even know what to say other than I'm pissed.
Sell you know what for Robux. This would make anyone want to puke just reading this and seeing how even if you were to make a literal platform on the dark web to lure in minors, it wouldn't do a better job than Roblox. It's ridiculous. When this report came out, Roblox, unlike other instances where children were actually put in danger, would respond almost immediately. You can pause the video if you'd like to read the whole thing, but in a nutshell, they'd say that they take content moderation very seriously, and that everything in that report shouldn't be taken seriously because Hindenburg themselves have an agenda. They simply want to make money profiting off of Roblox stock going down. But overall...
Okay, but you can't... I've heard Roblox say this multiple times, like, we have plenty of safety precautions, blah, blah, blah. Prove it. Prove it. Fucking simple as that. Prove that you have received reports and prove that you've done something about it. If you can't, then take those excuses, shove it up your ass, and burn as a company.
Seeing that Hindenburg's report was like over 100 pages long, this 1 page and a quarter was extremely disappointing. Like, that's all you have to say for yourself, really? After the report would come out, the stock would take a bit of a beating back in October of 2024, but in a few months would recover fully. And in around 8 months,
because kids never fucking heard about it. Their parents probably didn't even hear about it.
Even Hindenburg, who had taken down companies based on their shady practices, couldn't stop Roblox. Many people were hoping, including me, that this reaching Wall Street would finally make something happen, but it didn't. This wasn't the first time someone was bringing up these problems, and Roblox had done what they had done before.
See, the thing is, like, you can tell Wall Street, but there's a bunch of fucking, like, rich, greedy people. They don't actually give a shit about what's happening in Roblox, other than if it can make them money. The people that actually care about Roblox and can actually affect it negatively, that's gonna be the fucking parents. And they probably had no idea about this at all. You probably heard nothing. And they would only hear about it now, because most parents aren't gonna go on fucking YouTube and then, you know, see videos about, oh my god, this vigilante has been not really vigilante, but that's the term Roblox uses, is going around and catching predators in Roblox. Maybe this is a problem. They wouldn't know that. They wouldn't look for that. Like, I mean, there's a fair amount of people in their, like, 30s and 40s on YouTube, but nowhere near as many younger people, like, as compared to the younger people. And so there's probably a shit ton of parents out there that know nothing about this. They just go, oh, this is a kid's game. You can play it. It's like, it's like going to the fucking, like, Walmart or the GameStop. That's so loud. That's so fucking loud. It's like going to Walmart or GameStop, seeing a game rated for children, going, oh, here you go, and then finding out later on, oh, that fucking game had a male dick in it. Like, it's insane. It's fucking insane. The fact that they can get away with it without any, like, legal recourse for this long is just deplorable. And they need to be held accountable for everything, dude. Fuck Roblox.
Sit back, ignore it, and it'll go away by itself. Well, enough was enough. Many Roblox players who had grown up with this game had noticed just how others were being taken advantage of on the platform. Once they realized that they could report someone over 100 times for taking advantage of minors and having nothing happen to them, they decided to take matters into their own hands. This is when you would start seeing over the years many of these videos start to pop up, of Roblox players working with law enforcement agencies to get predators off the game and off the streets for good. This would follow the same strategy that someone like Chris Hansen would do. On his show, To Catch a Predator, he would have someone pose as a minor, talk to these predators, lure them to a location in which the predator thinks they can take advantage of the minor, and have the police waiting for them. One of the most popular Roblox predator hunters would be Schlep, someone who had been playing the game for many years, ever since being a kid, someone who had met his girlfriend on the platform and holds a lot of love for the game, but also a victim, someone who has been groomed on the platform before and doesn't want to see a single child suffer the same fate as him. He would make quite a few videos about this and would work directly with law enforcement to arrest over 6 predators, with some having done way worse things than what they were doing on Roblox, sometimes possessing illegal material of minors on their hard drive. It really sucked how Roblox was doing nothing to protect children, but it was so admirable how people like Schlep took time out of their day, worked countless weeks and months while coordinating with law enforcement to capture these freaks to keep children safe. But again, instead of taking notice, instead of actually trying to help them or hear what they had to say, Roblox would just ignore them, ghosting them whenever they'd reach out and never acknowledging their existence. That would be until August 10th, 2025. When instead of finally trying to improve the platform for children's safety, they would instead take the unfathomable decision of banning the very people who were keeping their platform safe. On August 9th, 2025, Schlep would tweet this out on his Twitter, saying, "Every account I've ever made on Roblox has been terminated, and Roblox sent a cease and desist letter to me. Not a single..."
Hello, Perry. Hi. I'm watching the Mujin Roblox video, and it's good. But I am depressed and pissed now. It has lit a fire in my soul, and I am very angry.
Single Roblox predator I've ever gotten arrested has faced any...
Honestly, I cannot... One, I didn't know that Roblox was actually, like, this fucking old. I didn't realize that it came out in 2006. And 2... they have been getting called out on it for years, and nothing has happened until now. And that makes me both very angry and very concerned, because my younger brother has been on Roblox for years. My younger brother is turning 13 next month. He is still a kid, and I have absolutely zero idea what that kid has been exposed to in this piece of shit fucking game.
Action similar to this, I have no words. Even though this was my livelihood and career outside of Schlep, I have no plans to return to Roblox. I will not be making any new accounts. So this was already a very shocking development. Why would Roblox take action against someone like Schlep, doing his best to keep their platform safe? Well, the next day,
'Cause they're
on
fucking
August 10th,
scum!
2025, he would release this video titled "Roblox is threatening to sue me for protecting kids," in which he would show us what the cease and desist letter actually said. While Roblox acknowledges that your stated intentions may be to protect children, and while it recognizes the serious—
Wait. This is, I see CNBC. Did this actually hit actual fucking news? If so, that's
nature of online predatory
crazy.
behavior, your methods, including failing to immediately report suspicious activity to Roblox through proper channels, are actively interfering with Roblox's established safety protocols and critically are exposing Roblox's users to increased risk. So already this paragraph is wild, saying that what Schlepp is doing was putting people in danger, when in reality it was only doing the opposite by arresting predators. They would then say, accordingly, and pursuant to Roblox's policies, Roblox will be closing your accounts. Please note that Roblox community standards prohibit opening new accounts to evade an enforcement action. Therefore, we demand that you cease and desist from accessing the Roblox platform. Please be advised that Roblox reserves all rights to take any and all appropriate legal action against you should your violations of the Roblox community standards continue. So not only were all of your accounts banned, not only were you being blamed for making the platform a bigger danger, but if you just as much attempted to continue using Roblox, we will be suing the hell out of you as a billion-dollar company. You know, this is really interesting because it seems to me as if they're—
Oh my god, Kenji spotted! Kenji spotted! Sorry.
siding with the predators. I think that's what most people concluded from the cease and desist letter. But what's ironic is their usage of using the appropriate channels to report people. This is when Schlepp would point out that he was actually
using the appropriate channels, has actually reported to the FBI, who was like, you know what, thank you so much for your help.
threatened with a terroristic threat on this platform in Roblox by a user called Nepali Incel, went ahead and reported him, and nothing happened. In fact, the biggest irony here is that Schlepp ended up being banned before him. And what was really interesting too is the fact that Roblox was calling Schlepp a vigilante. But Jadion, a very big YouTuber that Schlepp had collaborated with multiple times to arrest predators, pointed this out about the usage of this term. Watch.
Okay, they're calling Schlepp and us vigilante groups, right?
Am I crazy, or was that fucking echoing like no one's business? Oh my god. Ah!
Right? The definition of a vigilante is someone that takes the law into their own hands. Throughout any of our Roblox interactions, have you guys ever seen us beat the crap out of these dudes, handcuff them ourselves, take them over to the— No. We literally just have conversations with them. We report everything to the police. When the police get there on scene, they see obviously that there was a crime committed, and they do the right thing and arrest them. I mean, I really don't know any more of a proper channel than literally reporting to the police themselves.
So essentially, Roblox was making Schlepp out to be some rogue Batman figure, ditching the entire justice system and taking justice into their own hands, deciding who's guilty and laying out the punishment to them without any intervention from the law. When this
Okay. It's really fucking funny. Because you can see the fucking watermarks on this image.
could not have been further from the truth.
Holy shit.
Schlepp would always make it a point to be coordinating with law enforcement, only supplying them with necessary evidence. That's it. That's the opposite of a vigilante. That's a good
Exactly. He's literally, as a private citizen, reporting to the police very important information in order to stop actual criminals from doing horrible things to our nation's children. How is that a vigilante? If he was going out of his way to hunt them down and beat them with his own bare hands, then fine, he's a vigilante. But no, he's not. He reported it to the actual proper channels and not just fucking Roblox's shredder machine of a reporting system. Sorry.
More people were starting to understand that Roblox's problem with Schlepp just didn't really make sense. Do you really have a problem with someone taking time out of their own day, working with law enforcement, pursuing someone legally so that they can't use your platform to take
exactly,
advantage
Perry!
of children? I mean, it didn't really make much sense. This story was so ridiculous that it would result in Schlepp gaining a lot of traction. This is when he would take the opportunity to show everyone how just 10 years ago, after having been groomed for multiple years by an adult through Roblox, he decided to leave this planet, but thankfully didn't succeed. As he was laying on the hospital bed, his mother...
Dude. Thank God that he survived this. Like, it's horrible. It is horrible that happened. But it gave him the motivation to go out there and start hunting predators and stop that from happening to other children. Which is... It's hero work, man. It's hero work. Like, literally, even though he stopped 6, which doesn't sound like a big number, but one person could do so much damage to so many children. Think about how many children's lives he's pretty much saved with what he's doing. And Roblox is trying to make him a fucking villain? Are you shitting me? Are you fucking shitting me? Roblox, you can eat my entire ass.
Email Roblox support telling them about what had happened, and the response was an absolute joke. It would start off saying, hey, really sorry your son's going through a tough time. Yeah, that sucks. We're gonna do everything we can. Here's a couple of suicide hotline links. But anyway, if you're having any problem...
What about a super villain? Ugh, I'm finna to become a super villain just to fight Roblox myself. I'll show him what a goddamn vigilante is.
With any other players on Roblox, you should really use the report abuse button. Sincerely, Carlos, customer care, Roblox. I mean, you might as well just give them a middle finger at this point. Schlepp said, nearly a decade later, I see very similar emails from Roblox regarding predators we get arrested. Nothing has changed. In fact, Edwin Dorsey would point out that so many cases go unreported, undetected, or contribute to the deaths of children. Below is just one lawsuit in which a 10-year-old girl claimed abuse through Roblox. She attempted to leave this planet twice in 2020. Schlepp was unfortunate.
That's really hard to hear. Oh my god, that's hard to hear. This one is just making me emotional. Are you sure you want them to eat your ass? Sorry, I just like saying that because it's a fucking pirate software phrase. Like, this is ass. This can eat my entire ass. That's just me quoting that because it's funny. Oh my god, though, this video's making me fucking depressed, man. It's making me so upset.
Far from being the only one here, with Edwin also showing us over 30 cases from 2019 up until 2025 of predators, sometimes...
No, Dan, they won't. I'm like 28. I'm not in their age range.
Even people who are already on the registered sex offender list use Roblox to attain their very disgusting goals involving minors.
I'm going to hell.
Add further salt into the wound, one day
what
after
the
Schlepp
fuck?
had been banned, this paid emote got released called Catgirl Stretching. And let's be real here, this is not stretching. This will definitely get used for very weird RP. What happened to Schlepp was gaining traction very quickly within the Roblox community, and only a couple days after his video had released, one of the biggest Roblox YouTubers on the planet, Warcraft, would tweet this out, saying, there's been talks between very large Roblox YouTubers planning a mass exodus from the Roblox Star program.
Dude, at this point, Roblox needs to have 2 fucking versions. Or something. Oh, wait, no, but the same thing would happen that happened to YouTube Kids. All the kids would still just go to normal fucking Roblox. And this would still keep happening. So maybe, I don't know, they hire a bunch of fucking moderators to keep this shit out of their game.
Roblox developers planning hashtag free Schlepp chants at RDC, which is the annual Roblox convention, a few sponsorship opportunities in jeopardy due to Roblox's recent actions. That's where we're at right now. Things were getting real very fast, and Roblox couldn't afford to stay silent this time around. So on August 14th, 4 days after Schlepp had posted his initial video, they would tweet out, "For transparency, we are sharing more information about our decision to remove vigilantes from Roblox," linking a blog post on their website. This entire blog post would be them trying to justify not only them banning Schlepp, but the ban of any vigilante on Roblox, anyone who was trying to protect children by going after predators, pretty much.
I think that is an issue with parents, that they don't check their kids. See, normally I would agree with you. However, Roblox is advertised as a children's game. And if you advertise yourself as a children's game, then you should not have adult content in it. You can't go to fucking Walmart or GameStop and buy a game that is registered for, like, you know, children and have it have very adult content in it. So if Roblox is going to advertise itself at being child-friendly, then it should legally go through everything it can to make sure that its game is child-friendly. Because that is definitely something I cannot blame the parents for that. Because you cannot watch your kid 24/7. You cannot be a helicopter parent. Like, maybe they shouldn't be on the game that much, but, like, if you hear that something is advertised as safe for children or child-friendly, then you would think, oh, it should be fine, you know? It should be fine. But, of course, creeps gotta creep, and Roblox went out of its way to protect the predators and make it an unsafe place for children. And I think a lot of the parents had no real way of knowing that it was a bad place for children, because most of the outlets that reported on it aren't places that parents would go. Because, like, I mean, you have occasionally YouTube videos, but a lot of it was, they were talking about earlier in the video that there was Bloomberg reported on it. But that's gonna be for people that are into fucking stocks. The average parent isn't gonna look at that, you know? And, like, because I always was always like, Roblox is for kids. I'm not gonna play it. Because I have my little brother who has been playing Roblox for years. And he's like, hey, do you want to play it with me? And I'm like, hell no, that's for children. Why the hell would I ever get on that? You know? And just hearing all this stuff makes me so fucking pissed. Because I'm like, if you're advertising yourself for children, you need to take all of the precautions to make sure that it's safe. It's simple as that. Like, I mean, Disney World is advertised as a place for children. And, like, yes, there's a lot of adults, but they have to follow rules there, you know? And if Disney caught people walking around with fucking pictures of adult genitalia, they would be fucking kicked out of there in a heartbeat. Because this is a place that's supposed to be safe for children. But Roblox has failed. And it has done nothing when things are reported. And it has actively gone out of its way to stop people who have reported it. Which means they deserve to burn in hell. I'm not religious, but these fuckers deserve to burn in hell.
Look at their amazing reasoning on why they removed vigilantes.
This whole situation makes me so fucking angry. Ugh.
Bring vigilante activity on Roblox for some time. It started out as a group of people trying to give feedback to Roblox, telling them to do better, something they appreciated. But then, vigilante activity evolved. Instead of just reporting on safety issues, vigilantes started impersonating children and actively sought to connect with adult users. Those conversations mimicked inappropriate behavior and actively encouraged other users to connect on other social media and messaging platforms, thus bypassing Roblox's own safety systems. Oh, I see. So because these vigilantes were posing as minors and taking these poor predators away from Roblox onto other platforms meant that they were just as bad as predators, if not worse, which is why they should be banned. Yeah, of course, that makes total sense.
So why aren't the predators? Wait. Then why aren't the predators who keep asking children to go to Discord banned? Riddle me that, Batman. Sedona, do you want out of the computer room? Do you want out? Let me let you out. Woo! Okay. Normally I'd have the door open, but I've got laundry going, so door is closed.
Teams dedicated to reviewing and investigating the reports we receive. But at this point, no one believes that anymore. As soon as this disastrous statement would come out, Schlepp would tweet, "Roblox has tripled down in their latest newsroom post, outrageously comparing me to actual predators because my decoys tell adults that they're children. We use the same tactics that the FBI, ICAC, and local police departments use in their own operations."
Actually, 1 second. I really have to go to the bathroom. I will be right. Okay, I am back. Let's get back to the video.
Predators. This is something they actually said, dude. Similar to actual predators, they often impersonated minors, actively approached other users, then tried to lead them to other platforms to have sexually explicit conversations, which is against our terms of use. Mind you, this whole post was written by Matt Kaufman, their chief safety officer. This is the man that needs to be held accountable, that so many children are being taken advantage of. And he's
This
out here
man
saying
needs to
that
be
Schlepp
fucking
and what he was doing
drawn
was
and
just
quartered.
as bad as predators. Do you understand how crazy this is to say to someone who was literally groomed on your platform for multiple years and tried to leave this planet ending up in a hospital bed? That is wild.
It's
so of course,
fucking
very
crazy.
shortly after, they got community noted on this tweet, saying the blog post that Roblox linked in this X post claims that Roblox takes action against bad actors after receiving a report. An experiment ran by YouTubers shows that 100 blatantly obvious sexual accounts were reported and none were removed.
Get fucking community noted!
Referring to the video I showed you earlier titled, "Do Roblox player reports really work?" So
Bro!
the Roblox community wasn't having it, Twitter community notes wasn't having it. I mean, at this point, no one believed them anymore. This is why the day afterwards, Creek would officially announce that he was leaving the Roblox Star program and cutting all ties to the Roblox development team. This irresponsible attitude towards minors and these very blatant lies had gone on for way too long. But what was really insane here is that Creek later would join a game in Roblox called The Schlepp Funeral. And he, as well as everyone watching him, would find out that Roblox was taking measures to block any mention of Schlepp on their platform. Watch as this map gets banned within a few seconds after he joins.
You know what I mean? Uh-oh. 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 Oh, I'm not banned. Okay. Well, they got us, Jack. They got us. We're rebels on.
Yeah, you're not crazy. Starting as early as August 13th, 2025, if you made a new account on Roblox and used Schlepp in its name, it would get banned. And if you would put the name Schlepp in your bio,
Roblox
you'd
is a
get
petty
warning.
whore.
But hey, if you still want to call your account Jeffrey Epstein, you can.
What
You'll
the
get no
fuck?
ban, no warning. Great.
What?
Schlepp would tweet out, "Schlepp games are allegedly being taken down. Same with shirts and assets, but not bathroom games. I mean, at this point, it had barely just been 5 days since Schlepp released his
Holy
video.
shit,
and
I didn't know
already
this.
reached the mainstream. It was that ridiculous. Soon enough, you had a congressman by the name of Rokana reach out to Schlepp directly concerning Roblox's child safety issues, only to then afterwards create a petition demanding that Roblox not only take accountability, but vows to do better in regards to child safety as soon as possible. At the same time, the Attorney General of Louisiana, Liz Murrill, would sue Roblox directly, saying that it endangers the safety of the children of Louisiana and that it's overrun with harmful content and child predators because it prioritizes user growth, revenue, and profits over child safety. She would then conduct a press release showing off some of the crazy games you can play as a 9-year-old on this game. Watch.
This is the kind of obscene garbage that they are peddling to our children in Louisiana. I will not stand by and watch this company grow exponentially from exploiting children and facilitating child sexual abuse for profit.
That is not something you want an Attorney General of a state of the United States to say about you. And if you thought things couldn't get worse, then Chris Hansen, the man behind To Catch a Predator.
The man, the myth, the legend, Chris Hansen is here for your booty cheeks, Roblox. Prepare yourself!
Came out of retirement saying that he was going to cover what was happening with Roblox. That's how you know that you truly fucked up. He's working directly with Schlepp to investigate what's going on with Roblox and will hopefully be releasing a documentary on it sometime in the future. All of this would culminate...
I'm saying, we watching the fuck out of that when it comes out.
With the Roblox stock losing around 7% of its market capitalization within just the span of 24 hours. In other words, the company had lost over $12 billion in it.
Fuck!
And only after being sued by...
Oh no, we struggle with money. Okay, let predators be on our site and then ban the people trying to get rid of them. Bad move. Bad fucking move.
By the Louisiana Attorney General, would they finally take down a game that has been reported for months on end by multiple community members by the name of XYZ Public Bathroom Simulator. It's insane. They would then say that they're planning to restrict social hangouts that include private spaces such as bathrooms or bedrooms to ID verified 17+ users, trying their best to do damage control, but only making it worse.
Bro, you're trying to fucking... You're trying to put out a grease fire with water, you morons!
Freak would quote tweet this and say, "This is a crazy hill to die on. Roblox bathroom games are games. Making them 17+ doesn't solve the issue. 17-year-olds are still minors. Roblox is still allowing kids to be in these games. Holy shit, just ban the damn games. Nobody wants sex games on the platform." I mean, yes, this is such a weird hill to die on. Player numbers do matter. Profit does matter for a company, but not through things like this. If banning games revolving around bathrooms and bedrooms is going to affect your player count and stock price so much, then maybe your company doesn't deserve to exist in the first place. And I mean, by that point, it was official. This had reached mainstream media, the average person, more importantly, parents of children who play this game. It had blown beyond proportion. How could a company be so stupid? And unlike every other time, they've been exposed.
Dude, I don't know what the fuck is going on in Roblox's head. Like, maybe they thought it's like, oh, he's a small creator, like, no one's gonna do anything. That's the dumbest shit. Like, people are fed up this year. They're not willing to put up with absolutely blatant horseshit anymore, and they are willing to burn companies to the ground. People do not care anymore. They're done. You can't pull this stuff anymore.
Roblox had to make a solid statement this time to save its skin from being completely burnt to a crisp. So what did they do? They of course made the situation 1,000 times worse. On August 16th, 2025, David Baszucki, the CEO of Roblox, would tweet this out, saying, "Safety and civility have always been our
Huh. That's some weird looking clown makeup.
Top priority. Here's an update on our safety releases over the past few weeks, including our updated approach to vigilantism. We also preview additional releases in the works, linking a YouTube video." The official Roblox account would retweet this and outline the exact topics discussed here. Okay, well let's check it out. Oh wait, there's no need. Just look at this. Around the 15-minute mark, here's what the chief safety officer of Roblox would have to say about vigilantes, more specifically people like Schlep. They would report to the police, and then only after would they let Roblox know. To which Schlep would say, "Are we serious right now? You're upset that I was reporting information to the police before reporting it to Roblox?" What? Chief safety officer, by the way. I mean,
Wild
look, guys,
take.
this video was 40 minutes of mumbo jumbo. It was the most robotic, cringe, and tone-deaf thing I've ever seen in my life. Probably written by ChatGPT and approved by like
Oh fuck, they got ratioed. 5.6k likes, 43,000 dislikes. Oh my god. Holy shit.
50 lawyers. They talked a lot, but essentially said nothing. The same things over and over again. Guys, we have tools, we have parental controls, we're doing our best. Well, your best isn't enough. And the like to dislike ratio shows what people think of your stupid statement. Not to mention that the CEO got community noted, saying Roblox has a history of refusing to take action against sexual predators, linking 4 different sources. The CEO is being absolutely cooked, so it came as no surprise that just a day later, a petition calling for the removal of David Baszucki had received over 100,000
Get ratioed, you
signatures.
fucking
The campaign
Neanderthal.
accused Roblox leadership of putting children on the platform at risk and ignoring community concerns. And as all this was happening, as they were saying that their safety features were amazing, as they were banning the word Schlep in their game, a user made this video and Schlep reposted it. Just watch for yourself. I mean, it's self-explanatory. Look at this mess.
For the selling for maps account, well, I did the crazy thing. I don't know if I was...
Mujin, why is every video you screen recorded echoey? Why? My ears!
I am an actual f***ing idiot. I tried reporting this profile. I reported it saying, yo, Roblox maps, this is a dog whistle for predators, and the bio is in Morse code, soliciting photos. And I'm just gonna refresh the page in case you don't believe me, but nothing happened to their profile, even though their username is clearly bad. And I'm pointing out their username because Roblox, what they're doing right now is they are moderating users with hashtag #FreeSchlep in their display name. If you put #FreeSchlep in your display name on Roblox, you will get punished. Roblox will punish hashtag #FreeSchlep, but not selling for maps 1. For the
I mean, honestly, at this point, if I was a predator, I'd be jumping up and down, celebrating the fact that there was a multi-billion-dollar company out there that was protecting me. And instead,
Jesus.
banning someone who would go after me. I mean, seriously, can you make this any worse? What was Roblox even doing right now? Well, they were debating the age-old
Fumbling.
question, 17 or 18. In response for 17-year-olds being allowed into social hangouts that include private spaces such as bathrooms or bedrooms, Roblox has stated they are now considering 17 versus 18 for these experiences. It's like, no...
Bro, the answer isn't, should it be 17 or should it be 18? I don't know. It's, get rid of them! Get rid of them! It's as simple as that. Just fucking don't have it on your website or your game at all. Get rid of it. Gone. Reduced to ashes.
No matter what, you could take anything away from them. You could call them predators, but you could not take the bathrooms and bedrooms away from them. It's like, what the fuck? Why are you dying on this hill? Well, we'd start to understand why. You see, the chief security officer, Matt Kaufman, has some interesting badges in his inventory. Badges can be collected by playing specific levels, and his badges tell us a very interesting story. For example, he had played a game called Pilchero Outfits, closed-off condo game in Roblox, The Hatch. Another badge he had was from Dollhouse RP, placed under review just on August 16th, after this whole scandal had broken out. This is a game that was full of info sharing, age play, dating, etc. He also had a badge from a now banned game called Teddy's Largest Condo. At its peak, this had over 76 million players and it was a dating game. He has a Halloween 2024 badge that was only available for a limited time.
I fucking knew it!
Has a badge for was
I fucking knew! I knew these security fuckers were predators too! That's why they're protecting them, because they are them!
Or Sus Roommate, which was banned. It was a suggestive AI girlfriend game with a sus ending. Last but not least, he had a badge for Row Meet, a game that was closed by its own developers. This was an Omegle/Tinder-esque game that often saw dating and predatory behavior occur. Interesting. You know, I wish we would finally be able to see the client list of Jeffrey Epstein, because I have a sneaking suspicion that maybe Matt Kaufman is on those papers. Now, of course, some people would argue that he was visiting these levels to ban them, but as the chief safety officer, you don't spend your time on Roblox banning individual games. The underpaid moderators do that. That's why it's so suspicious. But this behavior didn't seem to be exclusive to the chief safety officer. No, this seemed to be a company-wide mindset. Schlepp would tweet out, "This is an alleged quote from a Roblox administrator in a child safety lawsuit." It said, "As one former Roblox employee explained in describing the company's approach to child safety, you have to make a decision, right? You can keep your players safe, but then it will be less of them on the platform. Or you just let them do what they want to do. And then the numbers all look good and investors will be happy." I mean, at this point, it was only confirming what we already knew. Roblox just seemed the kind of company that would easily, in a heartbeat, bring back slavery if it meant higher player count and more money. There were absolutely no morals at play.
Okay, that's a wild take. That's a wild take, Mujin. I mean, possibly right, but that is a wild take.
Ruined because we simply don't want to see our player counts drop. That's evil. That's disgusting. And speaking of evil and disgusting, both MasterCard and Visa are facing immense backlash after forcing Steam and itch.io to remove certain adult games off their platforms. Now, bear in mind, these platforms actually do look out for children and make it extremely hard for them to access such games. I don't know much about itch, but I know that on Steam, there are some very strict parental controls, and children will never be able to even see any games deemed adult. These were adult games made for adults. But Visa and MasterCard, the companies that pretty much monopolize payment processing in the world, didn't care. Now, what's really interesting here is that both Visa and MasterCard are still very happily accepting payments on behalf of Roblox, showing absolutely zero disagreement and not even commenting once about what's going on in regards to children's safety. In fact, what's even better is that both of them are in direct partnership with Roblox, with Visa in particular having acted as a sponsor at some point. So what gives? An adult can play an adult game, but when children do, it's okay? I mean, at this point, even encouraged? That's kind of weird. But the good news is that even though Visa and MasterCard are spineless and are not doing anything in regards to this, Schlepp is. Enlisting the help of a law firm in order to sue Roblox over what they did to him. I wish him the absolute best, and I really hope he wipes the floor with them in court.
Yeah, fuck you, Roblox!
Look, overall, this thing has been such a ridiculous mess. It feels like a fever dream. How could the CEO, the child safety officer, just everyone involved in the executive team of this company see this and think we're doing the right thing? What's the point in
That's the thing. They're protecting their own ass. They're probably all predators.
Being able to grow a company and make a lot of money if you're doing it at the expense of children, when your platform is literally hurting innocents? It simply doesn't make sense. And now people are hoping that, unlike every other major controversy that had happened beforehand in regards to child safety with Roblox, this time would be different, especially with the law going after them. At the same time, though, while many want to see Roblox face justice, they don't want this used as an excuse to enact something similar to the UK Online Safety Act in the US. In other words, they don't want lawmakers to limit online free speech while using child safety as an excuse. No one's falling for that. The UK right now is pathetic.
It should be as simple as this. If you promote yourself as child-friendly, you have to take the precautions in order to do that. If you do not promote yourself as child-friendly, then government, keep your little fingers out of it and stop telling them what to do. Simple as that.
Dystopian. So if you're American, definitely go sign that petition by Rokana. Definitely express your discontent with this company to your local congressman or senator or whatever. And let's get this company to finally face accountability for all the harm that they have done and continue to do on a daily basis. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video until the very end. I'm sorry for the echo. There's not much I can do about the room I'm in right now. I'll see you in the next video, whenever that is. I just hope that things can calm down for a little bit, just for a couple more weeks until my vacation's over, and I'll see you. Yeah, I'll see you soon. Thank you so much for watching.
Homies don't work on vacation. Wild. Was not expecting Epstein in the first second in a Roblox drama vid. Yeah. Oh my god. Good God. Insane. Oh, great video, sad video, enraging video, but great video. Remember to subscribe to Mujin. Okay, now let's go to our second part of our evening. We have a new World of Warcraft cinematic. Alright. Sucks horribly. I am so excited for this new fucking cinematic. Oh my god, I love World of Warcraft. I love it. I love it. I hate it, and I love it. Alright. This expansion is called the Midnight? What is Intercession? Intercession cinematic? That's weird. As midnight draws near, Xal'atath's ravenous void armies descend upon Silvermoon, threatening to envelop all of Azeroth in eternal dark. Wait, that's the home of the Blood Elves. What? Why Silvermoon? Is this the Sunwell?
The light flows through me and by its grace am I made one with all that is sacred. The light guides my steps and illuminates my path. The light flows through me, and by its grace am I made one with all that is sacred. The light
Liadrin, it has begun. I need you with me on the wall.
What? Why aren't the eyes glowing? Why aren't the eyes glowing?
Gorthamar, the void will envelop us soon. Only the light can save us now.
No.
Pretty sure Blood Elves'
Time
eyes
for
glow.
prayer has passed.
The Sunwell will not fall.
Also, they don't look very elvish. They just look human with pointy ears. Elves are supposed to, like, I mean, the men have the stronger facial features, but they still have very, like, especially the men are supposed to have higher cheekbones, narrower jawlines. The females are supposed to have much rounder and smoother looking faces. It's kind of weird. No, these are Blood Elves. These are, because this is Silvermoon, so this has got to be the Blood Elves.
Not while I draw breath.
I mean, I don't know if they've changed. Like maybe the Blood Elves have healed from their.
Little elves.
Uh-oh, Xal'atath. Sorry, I'm being very nitpicky, but I'm like, WoW has been my life. I have grown up with this game, so I want things to.
Weary.
Woo!
How much longer can you hold out? Flee and
Xal'atath looks different. Okay, we're gonna watch the other one after this
save
because
yourselves.
Liadrin, don't.
Light be with you. You see? She understands it's hopeless. Soon, you all will. The light guides my steps and illuminates my path. The light flows through me, and by its grace am I made one with all that is sacred. The light guides my steps and illuminates my path. The light flows through. I know that I am unworthy. I don't know if I deserve your help, but I know my people do. Please give them strength. I admire your spirit, but that will not save you.
I mean, it looks pretty, but it looks just I'm sorry, it just looks off compared to the old cinematics.
Soon, I will break your world.
You can't even break one elf.
This darkness comes to devour everything. And when it is finished, there will be no more light. Without your aid, we will perish. I beg you, help us.
Wait, okay, I'm trying to remember my WoW lore, because I'm pretty sure there's a, why am I forgetting what they're called? They're literally, like, I think there's a Naru in the Sunwell now, which is probably who she's talking to? Wait, what? Is this gonna be a paladin heavy arc? Light be with you!
The Sunwell will not fall.
Not while we draw breath.
Who grabbed her fucking arm? But also, maybe I'm crazy, maybe I'm thinking, okay, it's 2026. The humification of elves. Yes! They're elves! 10% cinematic, 90% cheapo. I'm gonna be honest. This might be my least favorite cinematic. Be right back, watching the Lords of Draenor trailer to cleanse my eyes! Oh. First Xalatath cinematic where we don't see her feet. Well, the thing is, like, even, because there's different classes, like, there's different kinds of elves. So, in World of Warcraft lore, the elves actually are descended from the trolls. And then you got the high elves, which eventually split off into the night elves and then the blood elves. Because, like, the blood elves, they got addicted to the arcane magics, and they basically had to do that to survive. And the night elves ended up creating, there was basically a big-ass tree that was protecting them from that. They also outlawed the use of arcane magic. Did Blizzard forget that elves' eyes glow a singular color? Yeah, okay, I was right. Blood elves' eyes are green. I'm so fucking... I didn't know they had lip injections in this level. Ugh. But yeah, WoW elves aren't like normal elves, not like Lord of the Rings elves or anything like that. All of them have extremely like long pointy ears. They've got crazy eyebrows going on. And blood elves are like especially pretty and gorgeous. Like they are the equivalent of like Galadriel from Lord of the Rings. Here, actually, you know what? Let's look up Burning Crusade. Because I'm pretty sure there's a blood elf in this one. Because it shows it consuming them. They're supposed to have glowing green eyes and have a very ethereal kind of look. Very smooth and very, like, not obtainable. Okay, not fucking obtainable skin. And here, instead, we get a very gritty humanoid look. And I don't like it. I do not like the facial structure. The chin is way too rounded. It needs to be more smooth and feminine. I also don't know what the fuck's going on with these, like, mutton chop looking things on the side. I'm sorry, people might not like it, but blood elves are supposed to be drop dead fucking gorgeous. This is not drop dead gorgeous. Even the fucking warriors. Even the paladins. This makes me mad. Okay, I want to see the last cinematic. For the War Within. I don't remember if Xalatath is in this one. Let's see. Xalatath cinematic. Because I know that there was one that has Xalatath, and I think she looks different. Oh my god, wait, they show her. Okay, she's actually pretty fucking cool. I will admit that. She's fucking cool. She's missing an arm, so she has like a really special shield that like connects to her arm, like a prosthetic. Also, these weird trolls were pretty sick too. Okay, now where's Xalatath? I know she's in this. Okay. Yeah, she looks different in this one. What the fuck? Why does she look different? Is there another one? This is just like the in-game cinematic. Weird. Yeah, I've got to say, overall, I'm kind of disappointed. That was the weakest cinematic. Damn. I just fucking ended this with disappointment. Yeah, she even looks different in the fucking thumbnail. It's like they made her hair too thin. What the hell is going on? She just looks like a different person. Damn it, I don't want to end this depressing, but I gotta, wow, why would you do this to me? Man. What really sucks is the last cinematic was fucking great. I mean, my boy Anduin looks phenomenal. Like, he looks fucking great. And then, and also, Thor, my man Thor,
We stay.
there was so much more, like, heart and story into this. And
I am not that person anymore.
God, this one's gonna make me cry. There's so much more soul on this. That one we just watched, the newest one, feels soulless. It does, at least to me, which is really fucking sad. It's really sad.
I have no light. Not it.
And Thrall looks so good. Thrall looks so good. Alright, well, I have a bunch of stuff I gotta get done. I had my break, my feet have rested, so I need to get back to cleaning. So, I'm gonna end it here with just a fucking good but sad, depressing video from Mujin, and then a just absolutely mid-tier cinematic from World of Warcraft. Oh my god, I am just... Alright, everybody, thank you so much for watching in the past, present, or future. If you like what you saw, remember to like, comment, subscribe, and all that jazz. I hope everybody has a wonderful day or night, and I really, really hope to see you guys next time. Goodbye.